What is up, everybody? Welcome to Nerd Bacon's coverage of Nintendo's Fall Direct. I guess, is that the official name of it? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, we are 20 minutes away from finally finding out what Nintendo has in store for us for the rest of fall, as well as early on into 2019. The future is now. Nintendo Direct, only 20 minutes away. I'm Dave the Watchman with Bacon.com, flying solo today, so it's going to be an adventure for everybody. Buckle in, wake the kids, call the neighbors. This one could be quite a ride, but I'm thankful that you're joining us. Spread that link. We're on YouTube as well as Mixer and Twitch.tv, of course. Thanks for joining us. This makeshift lighting looks really weird. It looks like I'm really red today. I can assure you I'm not that red. But anyway, let me adjust a couple of things, make sure we're good on our volume mixer here. Let me know, as always, in the chats, whether you're joining us on Mixer or YouTube or Twitch. If you're having any audio difficulties or anything like that, I want to know so I can correct them immediately. We're going to boost up this Nintendo Direct a little bit when that goes live. All right. I think we're ready. I think we're ready to go. Of course, this is the Nintendo Direct that was supposed to air exactly 1 week ago today. Unfortunately, there was a horrific 7.0, maybe it was a 6.9 earthquake in the northern regions of Japan. Kikopath, how's it going? Is that a husky icon? I like it. That is exactly what I needed today. Funny story. When I eventually get married here, that is what I'm going to end up getting, is a husky. That is what my future beholds. Let's see. Looks like I am dropping some frame rates on my camera. Hopefully that's not too bad. Looks a little bit weird. Maybe I will turn down the resolution of that camera just a little bit. Bear with me. Sorry. Doing this on the fly. That doesn't look too bad. Hang on just 1 second. I just got home from work a little bit ago. I actually worked and left a little bit early so I could cover this event, because that is how excited I am for it and how much I frankly love all of you. Come here. Let's turn the resolution of this camera down. Anyway, this was the event that was supposed to air last week. Unfortunately, the earthquake kind of put the brakes on that, but here we are. So, okay, and we got it adjusted. Hopefully that won't be too bad. Well, it's still a little bit choppy. We'll deal with it. If there's any problems, just give me a holler in the chat here. What else? All right, so anyway, it's great journalism on my part. So we've had a number of games that leaked because there was that delay. One of the big third-party titles that was going to be announced was Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. We also had the announcement of Civilization 6 that was coming to Nintendo Switch, as well as just today or maybe yesterday, that Oddworld Stranger game. So a number of different games have leaked already that we were going to see. So that's a big question, is what kind of surprises might be left in store for us from third parties from Nintendo for today. One thing that I noticed with a couple of these leaks, the Civilization 6 and Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, is that these are mobile versions that are coming over, getting ported over to the Nintendo Switch. They're not the full console, or in Civilization 6's case, they're not the full PC versions of what was released previously. So I think that's really interesting, and that might speak to maybe third-party developers hitting a sort of a wall with the Switch and what they can do with it. What does that say for Nintendo going forward? Are developers, is third-party support going to start waning because they're hitting that brick wall, so to speak, as far as what they can get out of the system? Or is this just more economical on their part to put out mobile versions of stuff that they've already put out before? That remains to be seen. We'll see if there are any other third-party surprises that come out. I would say that Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition is very telling as far as what the Switch can do, because that is a kind of a stripped-down version of Final Fantasy 15. It's not just chibi cute graphics. They kind of stripped out the whole open world concept. It's a streamlined game that just goes from plot point to plot point, and also brings the combat in and encompasses that aspect. But one of the big things about Final Fantasy 15 was the sense of being on a journey and exploring this world with a bunch of your best friends. And I wonder how that translates to a streamlined version like Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. I think that these iOS ports, so to speak, kind of clue us in that they need more power. Third parties need more power out of the Switch. And I firmly believe that what we've been told about an impending Switch Pro is 100% accurate. So if we don't see a whole lot of extra third-party supports from the Nintendo Direct today, I think that would be a good indication that we have some upgraded hardware incoming. One of the other big things that we're going to have for the Nintendo Switch is Nintendo Online. Nintendo has been really strangely and weirdly quiet about Nintendo Online throughout this whole process. We've known about it for a couple of years, but Nintendo has really not really. We feel like they haven't given us many details as far as Nintendo Online goes. But then I got to thinking, maybe, just maybe, we do have all the details. I mean, Nintendo is usually a little bit behind the curve, to put it kindly, as far as technology is concerned, as far as technological advancements is concerned. So the fact that they're coming out with this online service is both a good thing and a bad thing. It shows that they are willing to take that step to provide a service that is already being provided through PlayStation and Xbox. But it's also kind of a bad thing because we've previously been playing all of our online multiplayer games for free, and now we're suddenly going to have to pay, albeit a small price. $20 a year is not really that bad compared to $60 a year for both PlayStation and Xbox. But the fact is, it's still more money out of our pockets. And the big question that's been on our mind is, what exactly are we getting with that service besides the privilege of now paying to play online? We know that we're supposed to get a number of different NES games with some sort of online play enabled through those different NES games. But the breadth of online play varies between the games. Some games might have online competition. Some games are just online leaderboards. So it's really going to vary from game to game. It's not a consistent experience throughout. And quite frankly, the big question is, will a number of 30-year-old NES games be enough to justify paying the $20 a year? That's the big question. Are there other incentives? One of the big gray areas that have not been filled yet by Nintendo is, where's the Virtual Console? Virtual Console was a huge innovation that started off on the Wii and then carried over to the Wii U, but we really haven't seen a whole lot of that on the Nintendo Switch, at least from Nintendo. SNK has been a company that has been very proactive about porting their classic library over to the Nintendo Switch, but we haven't really seen that from other publishers. So is there a concerted Virtual Console efforts that we're going to see from Nintendo? Or is it just going to be limited to NES games? That is a big question to be answered with Nintendo Online. The other big question to answer with Nintendo Online has to do with the back end of Nintendo Online. What kind of infrastructure are they creating for different companies? PlayStation and Xbox have created robust back-end infrastructures for their networks, so developers don't have to worry really about creating that on their own. They've got a lot of support from Sony and Microsoft to help them out. However, Nintendo, as we know, is always a little bit behind the eight ball when it comes to technological advancements. So the big question is, what's Nintendo doing on the back end? Are they creating that robust service, or are they just creating a paywall and leaving it up to developers to figure out online on their own? From what we've heard in our talks with developers from EVO and other venues, it seems to be trending towards the latter, unfortunately. It seems to be that Nintendo is relying on third parties to create their own infrastructure for online. And Nintendo is just collecting the money for the privilege to play for online. So that does not necessarily bode well for Nintendo's online service, which, by the way, I don't think I've mentioned. Nintendo announced just yesterday that the online service is scheduled to launch on, I believe, Sunday the 18th. So we're just right around the corner when it comes to Nintendo Online. So lot riding here as we're only 8 minutes away from the Nintendo Direct. We'll see what they have in store for us here. Just change a couple of things around. There we go. Not sure why the frame rate is so low on this camera today. Maybe it's because, let's see, change the quality just a little bit here. What does that do? I guess it doesn't matter. Nothing like changing settings on the fly. All right, well, we'll just leave it. Anyway, so that is one of the big things for Nintendo Switch Online. What's that back-end infrastructure going to look like? And that's something we're not really going to see talked about from Nintendo. They're not going to mention anything whatsoever when it comes to online infrastructure. So it's kind of a wait and see thing. What is online play going to look like with a game like Super Smash Brothers? Online play has been pretty good for games like Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon 2, but once we get something that requires a little bit more precision when it comes to inputs, then I wonder how that online play, how that infrastructure is going to affect online play. Doc Croc, welcome. How's it going? Let me know if you see any technical issues or anything. For some reason, I seem to be running at 38 frames per second. I don't know why we're running so low. Let me do one other thing while we're waiting here. Let's see. Yeah, we've got shirts available. How do you like that? We are in the new internet age. Just going to take the resolution of this camera down a little bit. Oop. And I just messed this up. Beep-a-doop-doo. This is what happens, Doc Croc, when you gotta do it all by myself. Oops. Come on now. Where's the camera thing? There we go. All right. Hey, Golfing Buffalo, I figured you were on the road. We are as excited as can be. All right, there we go. See if that helps out the frame rate. I don't know why the frame rate is so wonky today. It's using up a lot of computer resources too. Maybe it's because I'm streaming. There we go. Now we're back up. You're at McDonald's using Wi-Fi. You're going to be sitting there for like the next few minutes. We're actually 4 minutes away from the Nintendo Direct, so this is a huge, huge moment. I'm excited. Definitely. Let's go talk a little bit about Megaton Games. What does everyone want to see from this Nintendo Direct? We already know that we're going to see Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. We're going to see Civ 6. Those were announced already. But what else are we going to see? What kind of surprises? The big thing to me is that 2019 seems to be loaded from third parties for Sony and third parties from Microsoft. Sony's got a bunch of games that are coming out in the first quarter of next year. This is Nintendo's opportunity to throw their hat in the ring for the first quarter of 2019. It's going to be a essential time to get good content out there because the Titans are looming over the hills. And of course, I'm referring to Apple and I'm referring to Google. They might be launching something in 2019 that's game related. I don't think it's going to be an actual console itself. From what we hear, it is probably going to be some sort of iteration of Apple TV or Google TV that has game streaming to it. But that's still going to be a huge deal once those things are introduced. And that's why I think we have this huge buffer zone that's being created with all of this content being loaded for 2019. They want to keep your dollars over with Sony, Microsoft, and maybe Nintendo. So what are we going to see? We've heard rumors about Animal Crossing being announced with this Direct. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of Animal Crossing. I know a lot of people are, and that's cool for you, but I was really excited for Animal Crossing when it was released for GameCube in 2002. But once I dived into the game, once I really got into the meat of the game, I realized Animal Crossing, here's the secret, Animal Crossing is really just nothing more than mindless consumerism. Now, I'm not saying that this is I'm not saying this as an attack on capitalism or anything like that, but there's really no point to Animal Crossing when you really boil it down other than acquiring more stuff. You get more money to build a bigger house so you can house more of your stuff. And once I figured that out, it ruined Animal Crossing for me. So I haven't played it since, 2002, 2003, whenever it was first released for the GameCube. Some stuff that I think we might see in this Direct. I think we're going to see a new trailer for Bayonetta 3. I think you're right, Doc Croc. We're going to see a more polished Fire Emblem trailer for sure. And I see that we have some renewed trademarks for Golden Sun, Wrecking Crew, Mario Sluggers. So who knows? Maybe we'll see something like that. I'm hoping that we'll get a little glimpse of Metroid. I kind of doubt it, but that is a possibility. I also think we'll see some sort of Mario Kart 8 DLC. They need to bolster that push for online, but we're less than a minute away. Let me get over to the main screen so we see more of Nintendo and less of me. Almost here. Where's this preview? There we go. All right, we're just about there. Just about there. It's now 5 p.m. Central. That's 6 p.m. Eastern. It's the witching hour. Where are you, Nintendo? Where are you? Here it is. All right, here's the Nintendo Direct. We already have something mysterious here. Oh, Luigi's Mansion. Will Luigi die again? I also think we're gonna see a new Zelda for 3DS. Oh! Luigi's Mansion 3? Whoa! Whoa! Alright. Alright.
Hello everyone, I'm Shinya
They
Takahashi,
just started with an
and I'll be your guide for
Ace.
today's Nintendo Direct.
Woo!
As you just saw, we kick things off with a new reveal, and I'm pleased to confirm that Luigi's next spooky adventure is in development for Nintendo Switch.
Finally.
We have a lot to say about the game, but we'll have to save that for another time.
Of course.
Now,
all right.
let's cover some upcoming
Happy.
games for Nintendo 3DS. Please take a look.
The pink puffball gets crafty again.
Kirby.
The 2010 Wii game Kirby's Epic Yarn is warping to Nintendo 3DS.
It's good, you say?
In Patchland,
I like the Luigi's Mansion series. A lot of people do. I'm sure Twitter is blowing up right
now.
now.
It's entirely made of yarn. Even robots. Somehow. And to beat courses,
This is an
made of
interesting
yarn,
one to
you
port
gotta
to
use
3DS.
moves made of yarn. Every stage from the Wii version is making a return. And the Nintendo 3DS version is also being puffed up with some new features. When you pick up items, you can craft bigger yarn balls, or you can even conjure up some wind to rake in
They
the
said the
beans.
Nintendo
For a
Wii
little
version. This
added
was
challenge,
Wii U.
See if you can outrun this speed demon of the devil in devilish mode. To top it off,
I will
new
answer from an
minigames will give you a
investor
chance to
standpoint
play
if
as
this
some
is
other
good,
familiar
bad, or
faces.
crickets. Alright. To me, this is crickets.
Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn
Oh,
launches
it's extra
exclusively
Epic
for
Yarn.
Nintendo 3DS in 2019.
It's not just Epic Yarn, it's extra.
Bowser Jr., destined for greatness? The Mushroom Kingdom has a bad case of the Blorbs, and the only ones who can save it are Mario, Luigi, and Bowser? It can only be Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story.
Alright, this was
There's
a
another
classic.
side to every story, even this one. Now you can go on Bowser Jr.'s journey as well. In his new adventure, Bowser Jr. sets off to find his own remedy for the Blorbs. But thanks to his signature selfishness, he ends up causing more problems than he cures. Better gather some allies and build up your very own army. Create your own formations, support allies with an arsenal of moves, and conquer the chaos in every action-packed battle. Is Bowser Jr. destined for glorious kingship like his papa?
That's really interesting because that's a completely
Mario
different
Luigi,
gameplay.
Bowser's Inside Story plus
dynamic.
Bowser Jr.'s Journey releases on Nintendo 3DS.
So
January
far
11th.
everything has been 2019, which I expect. They don't really have much
Ghost with Luigi
left for
and
2018.
A second player? While you're waiting for the new game on Nintendo Switch,
I
don't
don't
forget
think
that the
so.
original Luigi's Mansion is coming to Nintendo 3DS. That comedically spooky vibe that fans remember is intact, even when you're playing the new two-player mode making its debut in the Nintendo 3DS version. If you and another player each own the
Cute.
game, one of you can play as this even greener guy as you explore the mansion together.
I like
Or
that
if
3DS
only one
version of
you has
Luigi's
the game,
Mansion.
You can still
I think
play
there's a
boss
review
battles
of that
together
up
in the
on the,
gallery
on the
using
site.
download play on your Nintendo 3DS systems. Oh yeah, in Professor Egad's lab, you can tap select amiibo figures to surprising results, like revealing hidden boos, or healing Luigi when he talks to Toad. Each of the 4 compatible amiibo has a different effect. Luigi's Mansion will haunt Nintendo 3DS on October 12th, just in time for Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Yokai Watch Blasters is out now, with even more free content coming later. Whether your allegiance is with the Red Cat Corps or the White Dog Squad,
I'm not sure if there's a
Yokai
new
Watch
Mario and
Blasters
Luigi
will
coming
let you team up
soon.
with friends to
I
tackle
don't
the
think they've
most
announced
action-packed
anything new
battles in
besides
the series
that
yet.
3DS Bowser's
Soon
Inside
after launch,
Story port.
We'll have another way to squad up. You won't want to miss the free software update on September 27th, which adds the Moon Rabbit Crew version to the title screen.
There we go.
This additional content boasts new bonuses for linking save data between Red Cat Corps and White Dog Squad.
I gotta say,
As
for
well as
me,
new
this is
missions.
crickets.
New areas to explore, new yokai to befriend.
I know there's a ton of people into this.
Why, you ask? You
think
why.
this Yokai Watch will sell over 1 million? I don't doubt that.
Time to become a fan. Yokai Watch
I don't doubt
Blasters
that
is
at all.
out now.
They're going the
And
kind of
don't
the
forget about the
Pokemon
Moon
route.
Rabbit Crew update.
Red Cat, Blue Dog.
That's all the headlines for Nintendo 3DS.
Oh, interesting.
How's it going? Well, from here, let's focus on Nintendo Switch titles.
That's
Please take a look.
interesting. So no Zelda for 3DS.
It's Inkopolis news time.
I'm always down for some more Splatoon 2. By the way, how's the sound levels? Is it too loud on the video? They've done such a great job of creating this really unique world. That's one thing that Nintendo does so well, is create these unique worlds that you just want to see more and more of, and you just want to, like, get into. What? There's a new mode. Hey, Level Up Justin, what's up, my man? You should buy Splatoon 2. This is like... I'm not a shooter fan. This is one of the only shooters I like. Oh, it's a little loud? I can adjust that. Hang on. Alright, that should be better. More details at the Squid Research Lab.
Everyone's favorite blue robot makes his triumphant
All right, we
return
kinda knew
in
about
Mega Man
this.
11. Marking the 30th anniversary of the iconic
Got the
series,
demo out
this
already.
brand new game is gunning for greatness on Nintendo Switch.
Which is pretty great.
Jump, slide, and shoot through each of the colorful, challenging stages, and try to take down a gallery of
I will
deadly
definitely be
bosses
picking
like the
this up.
formidable Bounce Man. In timeless fashion, you must defeat the 8 robot masters and get each of their special weapons. The technological miracle of the new double gear system makes for a fresh take on the series' satisfying platforming action. Move so fast that
Okay,
time slows
excellent.
down around you. Temporarily enhance your weapons and show them who the real boss is when you need to most. Mega Man 11 also supports the Mega Man amiibo figures. You can tap one each day to receive
I'll
e-tanks
be
and
getting a
other
Mega
useful
Man
in-game
amiibo.
items. Mega Man 11 will be ready to rock October 2nd.
Whew.
Mario Tennis Aces, further refined in new update. Some popular characters are joining the roster. The
Ah,
adorable
Birdo.
all-around ace, Birdo. The sharpshooting specialist, Shy Guy. The proud high flyer, Koopa Paratroopa. And the big boss. with
You've
no
never played
racket,
Splatoon?
Pee Piranha. Boss with no
Kiko
racket,
Path, you've
Petey
never
Piranha.
played Splatoon?
These Mushroom Kingdom greats can be acquired by playing online, and we'll keep
That's
adding
shocking
more
to me.
until next June. There will even be a new mode called Co-op Challenge. It'll let
Yeah,
you
I saw
participate
that
in
special
online
Mega Man
co-op
amiibo.
missions that are only available
I
for a
will
limited
probably be getting that. Why are we...
time. Complete the objectives while these missions are active, and you'll receive special outfits, characters with alternate color schemes, and more. We'll continue serving up new content for the game in the future. The version 2 update for Mario Tennis Aces will be available
Right
September
around the
19th.
corner. Right in time for Nintendo Online.
These arcade classics are back in action. Back in the day, Capcom lit up the arcades with
Oh,
some classic
my.
beat-em-up action games.
Oh,
And guess
what? Knights of the
good old
Round?
days are back. Final Fight. The
Oh, King of Dragons. I'm sorry. King of Dragons
Captain
was pretty
Commando.
good.
Knights of the Round.
No, it was Knights of the Round. I'm
And
sorry. King of Dragons
Warriors
wasn't
of
good.
Fate
Knights of the
are
Round was
making
good.
a comeback. And so are
What in the heck?
these first-time home console releases. Armored Warriors and Battle Circuit are joining the fight for a total of 7 games.
Wow.
Each have a Joy-Con controller. Up to 4 players can beat them up together.
Uh-oh. All right.
Aspiring Bash Buddies can even take the fight online this time. Pretty soon, you'll be able to play with other Capcom fans from around the world, because Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle will be ready for action on Nintendo eShop September 18th.
That's awesome.
New Super Mario Bros. U is getting the deluxe treatment, which means
Oh,
it's time
there
to
we
take
go.
down Bowser and his Koopaling
The
invasion
worst
in the
kept
tried and true
secret.
side-scroller headed to Nintendo Switch. Mario, Luigi, and Toad are all here, and if that's not enough, Nabbit and Toadette are joining in the fun as well.
Toadette.
Nabbit doesn't take damage from enemies, which can really come in handy. And if Toadette powers up with a Super Crown, ta-da! She transforms into Peachette. Peachette can double jump, float slowly during free fall, and get a boost back up if she falls into a pit. Luigi's first starring role in a platforming adventure, New Super Luigi U, is getting the deluxe treatment too, and comes free of charge. A single Joy-Con controller is all a player needs, and up to 4 players can join in together, anytime, anywhere.
Not
Super
bad.
Mario Bros.
All
U
right.
Deluxe comes down the pipe January 11th.
So there's that 2019
Nintendo
loading
Switch is ready to
we've
roll.
been talking about.
Are you?
Oh, Katamari Damacy. Oh my. That'll make some people happy.
It can only be Katamari Damacy, remastered in HD.
Wow.
That naughty king of all cosmos has made a mess.
That's a
as he
great
does,
choice for
and now
Switch.
you
This
better
was
take
such a
control of the
surprising
frontier
hit
and
for
roll.
PlayStation
Just
2.
roll and roll,
Like
all over the place. And all
back
over
in
still,
2004, I
until
want to
the
say,
gradually
maybe
growing mass
2005,
towers
maybe a
over
little bit earlier than
buildings.
that.
The clump, or Katamari you roll, will shine on as a beautiful star in the sky. On Nintendo Switch,
I know,
you can
Toadette.
enjoy the game's new gyro controls, HD Rumble.
This is a game
even
that
multiplayer
somehow I
battles by
missed out
each
on.
using
I've
a
never
Joy-Con
played a
controller.
Katamari game.
Roll it till you reach the stars.
I know that's heresy to a
anytime,
lot of people.
anywhere. Katamari Damacy Reroll will launch winter 2018.
Oh, okay, there we go, 2018.
Next, we have some more news for you. We've announced some details about Nintendo's new service called Nintendo Switch Online.
All right, guys.
Including the launch date. You won't have to wait long.
All right. Yeah, it does
The
fit,
service
Doc
will
Rock.
begin September 18th.
What else?
We prepared a video to show you what's offered with your Nintendo Switch Online membership.
All right,
So
here we
please take a
go.
look.
This is make or break time for Nintendo.
More games, more features, more fun. Nintendo Switch Online.
Whoa!
Allow
Give
us
me your
to
money!
Introduce 5 features included with your membership.
That's not a
Of course, You
feature.
can play compatible games together online, even when you're far apart. Compete against players the world over.
I think Katamari
Or
will
team
be
up for some
surprising.
great co-op action.
I think
There
that
are
will
so many
actually
ways
move
to
some
have
units.
fun.
That's
A
going to get
variety
close
of
to a
games
million.
are supported. So find your favorites and take them online.
See if we can boost up the...
You can even play classic NES games, anytime, anywhere on Nintendo Switch. Get lost in the gameplay,
Ooh, sorry.
whether you're the boss or the little monster. For multiplayer games,
I
each
want
player
more
can
than
grab a
NES.
Joy-Con controller,
I want more than NES.
so both of you can share in the fun. NES games can also be played online. As they say, playing together long distance makes the heart grow fonder. Look forward to a growing library of NES games.
That's all they're going to give us is NES games. Oh my goodness.
Luigi knows that no matter how careful you try to be, something unexpected can happen.
That's happened to me.
Accidents can
That
cause
stinks.
your precious save data to disappear.
That's why I never
But
finished
help is
Twilight
on the way.
Princess.
With Nintendo Switch Online, game save data is automatically backed up in the cloud. Even if your console breaks, your save data will be safe from harm.
Yeah, that's not a feature. And the smartphone app, which we already
Nintendo
have.
Switch Online also connects with the smartphone app. With this app, you can voice chat with friends while playing certain games. Backseat players can also join in the conversation. That way everyone's having fun.
That doesn't sound like fun to me. Voice chat on the app. Yeah, but that's already available.
The service even has the ability to enhance certain games
At
by
least with
connecting
Splatoon.
them, like Splatnet 2.
Okay, here we go.
Members will also receive special offers. What are they? We'll have more to announce in the future.
Oh, you bastards!
More games.
It's
more
launching in
features,
less than a
more
week,
fun.
and you're not going to tell us what we're getting?
Nintendo Switch
Oh
Online.
my gosh, you idiots. You
The
idiots.
service begins September 18th. Think about which plan is right for you. If your family has 2 or more
How about
accounts,
be
you can
upfront
save
and
some
tell
money
us
with
what
the
we're
family
getting?
membership.
What are the other special benefits?
How's it look? Well, we have one more thing we'd like to introduce. This Nintendo Entertainment System style controller works with NES games on Nintendo Switch. This one here is the left NES controller, and this is the right NES controller.
$50 each.
We created them so you can play NES games like the ones you saw in the video, just like old school gamers did back in the day. Please enjoy them with Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online.
This one's turning
These
south.
controllers wirelessly connect with Nintendo Switch.
No, these are all standard features.
And you can charge them by simply attaching them to the console. We hope you'll enjoy using these controllers to play this
It's a
growing
2-pack
library
for
of
60,
classic
alright.
NES games.
You
For more details,
know
about
what though?
Nintendo
I'd
Switch
rather spend my
Online,
$20
please
on like a
check
DLC
the
pack for
Nintendo
Tekken
website.
7 or something like that. There's 100
Let's
other
get back
things
to
that I'd
some
rather
more
spend
Nintendo
20 bucks
Switch
on
games.
than a year of online play for Nintendo Switch.
Your partner Pokemon is amazing.
It is a Nintendo tax. You're absolutely right.
Get ready to set off on a Kanto region adventure with your very own partner Pokemon in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Today, we want to share a couple things that you and your partner can enjoy in the upcoming game. During your adventure, you'll occasionally come across obstacles blocking your path. When you do, you can rely on a secret technique to get past them. Secret techniques are special skills that only your partner Pikachu or Eevee can use in the wild.
Ooh, it's a
Use them
secret.
to chop down trees that stand in your way, travel across water, or soar into the sky.
That's cute.
Furthermore,
I think
only
this
your
game
partner
looks
Pikachu
cute.
Or Eevee can learn
I just think it's
certain
going to be
powerful
really
moves for
shallow
use in
with the way the
battle.
combat is.
Plus, if you pet your partner while your Nintendo Switch is in handheld mode, you can change your partner's hairstyle.
Don't show that
depending
to
on how you
Lauren.
use the touchscreen
Do
to
not
pet.
show that to Lauren.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and
Nintendo
Pokemon Let's Go
Online
Eevee
is
will launch on
atrocious.
November 16th,
It is
alongside
atrocious.
the Pokeball Plus accessory. Also, look for 2 new bundles that will include a Nintendo Switch system with Pikachu and Eevee-style Joy-Con controllers, one of these 2 Pokemon adventures, and the Pokeball
I'm going to be
Plus
really
accessory.
interested to see how this game does.
The gates to the burning hells will open on Nintendo Switch. Of course, we're talking about Diablo 3, the dark fantasy adventure that may just consume your life both inside and outside the game world. From the high
Never
heavens
been into
to the
these games
burning hells,
personally.
look
It's really
for the
cool
full
though that
story
it's going to be
and
on
the deadly
Switch.
world of Sanctuary.
It's the Switch has
loot-filled
this
bounties and
intriguing
rifts to
mystique
randomized
because
dungeons
you
with
can
even
take it
greater
wherever you go.
spoils.
That's
Play
a
as
really
demon
appealing
hunter,
concept, I
barbarian,
think, to a lot of people.
crusader,
That's why I think there's
necromancer,
such
witch doctor,
fanaticism behind the
monk,
Switch. They want
or
to have
wizard,
these games that they
with
can
up to
play
3
anywhere.
friends
So this is an
online,
awesome choice for the
offline
Switch.
via local co-op, or on a single console couch co-op style.
Yeah.
You can even suit up in this Nintendo Switch exclusive transmog armor fit for the King of Evil, Ganondorf.
That's cool.
All amiibo figures are compatible,
All of
allowing you to summon a group of challenging enemies overflowing with sparkling goodies. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection invades Nintendo Switch on November 2nd.
All right, good get, good get.
We're making this party super. Souped up the Mario Party series with new types of gameplay on Nintendo Switch.
20 minutes in, 15 left.
Shake the Joy-Con controller and get your body grooving in Soundstage. Or dive into the series' first 4-player co-op mode, River Survival. Bet you've never played anything like Toad's Rec Room, which cleverly connects two systems.
Ah, that's what this patent was all about.
Of course, the 4-player board game mode that fans love is back and full
Well, I guess
of
the
new
follow-up
features.
piece I'm going to have to write is
By rolling
Dave is an
character-specific
idiot when it
dice
comes
blocks
to reading
with alternate
patents.
numberings, you can make a game-changing comeback.
Looks at watch.
Every
Tick-tock,
last
tick-tock.
minigame is brand new. All 80 of them.
I hope this
For a
game
party
is
of
good.
one, check out the new single-player modes.
I'd like to
Play
see
through a
Mario
series
Party
of
come
minigames
back
to complete
to
specific tasks on
come
challenge
back to
roads.
its former glory
Compete
days.
against players around the world in the online Mario-thon minigame mode and more. The festivities begin when Super Mario Party
We'll see.
launches
Mario Party will
October
probably
5th.
sell 2 million units. I wouldn't be surprised, considering there's
A new
kind
story
of
in a village with a
software
secret to
drought.
hide. Game Freak presents a brand new RPG.
Oh?
The story is set in a small village. Under the protection of a great castle, the settlement enjoyed lasting peace. That is, until the sudden appearance of monsters. Indeed, the entire story takes place in this one single village. Take up arms against invading monsters and strategically select
looks
from a variety
interesting.
of battle commands. When the situation calls for it,
Didn't Game
enlist
Freak
the
make,
aid of fellow
Pokemon?
villagers to surmount powerful threats. What secret does the village harbor? Find out when Town releases in 2019.
Interesting.
Develop a city anytime, anywhere.
All right, that's cool. City
The
Skylines.
critically acclaimed city-building game Cities Skylines is coming to Nintendo Switch, which means there's a city in need of a new mayor. You. And you've got some real moving and shaking to do if you want to improve quality
I
of
should
life.
probably play that. I bought
Energize
that during the
businesses,
Steam sale for
and
like
stimulate
$7.
growth. Whether you're investing in roads and power lines, public facilities, or transportation services. How the
This
city develops is totally
is a
up to
great
you.
game to play
Kind
when
of
you're
a
taking
big
like
deal.
public
But
transport.
in this game,
So you have an
sometimes
hour-long
it's the
train ride to
small
work in
details that stand out
Chicago.
most. You can watch over every single citizen's movements. What's more, both previously released downloadable content packs After Dark and Snowfall are included in the Nintendo
Interesting.
Switch version.
Now, is this the
Flex your
PC
mayoral
version
might
or is
at
this
home or on the go
an
when
iOS
City
port?
Skylines launches today on Nintendo eShop. A tale of belief, blood, and steel. The moon has fallen. Now, the world
Dang.
and its inhabitants are on the brink of extinction in Daemon X Machina. As a mercenary, you'll pilot a
Something
powered
with an
suit
elephant?
called an arsenal to face down runaway AI. As you defeat enemies during combat, you'll acquire their weapons and parts, which you can equip on the fly. If you haul
Okay,
acquired
I'm
weapons
all
back
about
to
this
the
game.
base, they're added to your personal armory for use in future missions. Each arsenal can be equipped with multiple weapons. By changing between projectile and melee attacks, you can adapt your weaponry to the situation at hand and gain the advantage for your side of the war. At any time during battle, you can exit your arsenal to explore the field on foot. You can make enhancements to strengthen your human form, and your arsenal's abilities will be augmented as well. Up to 4 players can join forces in online co-op to take down massive bosses.
That's cool.
Daemon X Machina launches in 2019.
Oh, Tembro the Badass Elephant. Yeah, that was out on some different
A
consoles
big
and
adventure
PC.
in a miniature world of crafts. In a world made of stuff like boxes and
here
paper
we
cups, Yoshi will leap up high, gobble enemies, and hustle on by. Many unusual obstacles litter the landscape. A well-placed egg could open a new pathway. You could turn the stage on its head, or flip the perspective. Explore every nook and cranny to track down hidden collectibles and make it to the goal.
This
Along
is
the
looking
way-
really good.
Wait, what? You can play the course backwards? Guess a change in outlook really can show you a whole different side of the world. The flip side. Know any would-be Yoshis? Then pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend. There's plenty to love on all sides of this crafty world. Right, Yoshi?
Interesting. This was a series that
Yoshi's
kind of
Crafted World releases in spring 2019.
went downhill after the first one.
Tabletop gaming is a perfect fit for Nintendo Switch. And to prove it, Asmodee Digital, a leader in card and board games, is bringing full adaptations of best-selling tabletop games to the system. Build a medieval world in a full adaptation of the award-winning Carcassonne, complete with 3D maps, solo mode, 4-player local multiplayer, and the game's famous expansions available as paid DLC. Whether you play alone or alongside a second player, forge a powerful deck and a fellowship of 3
Will
to
we see
face the forces of
Hearthstone?
Sauron in each story-driven quest of the Lord
We'll
of the Rings.
see what
the
happens
living
with
card
Yoshi.
game.
Yeah, the
Stop
verdict's
the spread of 4
out on
diseases
Yoshi
and
because
cure them
that
all
series has
on
been
your
so
own
hit or
in
miss
local 4-player multiplayer
ever
with
since
Pandemic.
the Super
Plus,
NES
it's
Classic.
individually priced DLC
Not
based
the
on
Super
popular
NES Classic,
expansions.
but the classic
Thanks
game
to
that came out on
Asmodee,
Super Nintendo.
this is just the beginning for tabletop gaming on Nintendo Switch. In addition
Interesting.
to these titles, we can also confirm that even more is on the way, including one of the most popular board games
Catan,
ever,
I was wondering about
Catan,
that.
and a dungeon crawler based on Steve Jackson's iconic card game, Munchkin. Stay tuned.
Interesting.
All great creations, even nations,
Civ
begin
6.
with a spark.
I don't remember the PC version looking like this, so this is definitely the iOS version. We're not going to see X-Wing.
Hold an empire in the palm of your hands and turn friends into the Power Elite with exclusive 4-player local multiplayer.
About 8 minutes left.
When Civilization 6 ushers in a new world on Nintendo Switch November 16th. Don't get too cocky, Star Fox. Playtime is over in Starlink.
I'm intrigued about this game, but there's so much coming out. I think that it's just going to get pushed to the side.
Let's be honest here. You guys need all the help you can get.
Peppy, Falco, and Slippy will provide much-needed backup in the new Nintendo Switch exclusive missions found only in Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Star Fox, form up on me. Falco here. I got you covered.
It's time to lock on, do a barrel roll, and save the Atlas star system. No matter who.
This looks really
threatens to stop
interesting.
you.
Oh, darn you, Star Wolf.
Never thought I'd miss the food on Corneria.
Mix and match parts on your own R-Wing when Starlink Battle for Atlas takes flight October 16th.
You're coming out the week before Red did. You are not in a good spot.
2 more great RPGs are coming to Nintendo Switch this fall. The World Ends With You Final Remix features an all-new story segment called A New Day, which contains a remixed map of Shibuya, so you'll really have to scramble to escape the area.
This
or
is
face
another
the
one that I
Erasure.
missed out on.
New monsters will appear as well, and
6
so will
minutes.
the Reaper, Coco. The World Ends With You Final Remix launches October 12th. Before then, guide a group of legendary warriors on a journey through the tragic history that doomed a kingdom and drove a hero down a dark path 500 years before the events of the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 game. Defend yourself from Malos.
This is a
and his
game that I'd
forces
really
using
like to
all
get-
the
all the
fury of
series
this
I'd like to
refined
get
battle
into.
system, allowing you to fight as both the artificial life forms known as blades and their masters, the drivers. Newcomers will have the perfect place to start when Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna, the Golden Country launches September 21st. Owners of the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 expansion pass can download this new content tomorrow. That's a week early. There's tons in store on Nintendo Switch and even more in store for the future. Join more than 38 million players for free-to-play co-op
Excuse me.
Space Ninja action when Warframe launches November 20th. Get down to Camila Cabello, Bruno Mars, Cardi B, and more anytime, anywhere in Just Dance 2019 on October 23rd. FIFA 19 is fast approaching, and you can pre-purchase it on Nintendo eShop tomorrow, so you won't miss the ball when it launches September 28th. Speaking of fast,
so I don't see anything that would have
Team Sonic Racing
been considered insensitive if they had gone forward with the Direct last week.
The highest-rated basketball simulation franchise is back. NBA 2K19 is available now on Nintendo Switch.
Wow, we got...
And get ready to jam in the sequel to the smash hit NBA arcade game, NBA 2K Playgrounds 2.
Sorry.
Rounds 2. Coming this fall.
Rather have a little bit
Play
lower
as the
resolution
Joker,
than choppy.
Harley, Lex Luthor, and the rest of the best of the worst in the all-new LEGO DC supervillains.
These games
October
are
16th.
really boring. They're cute, but they're really boring.
Final Fantasy comes to Nintendo Switch. Kupo!
Yeah, Crystal Chronicles, we just had that announced. 4 minutes left, so Pocket Edition will be next.
15 years after its
Don't
debut,
tell me they're going to end on Pocket
co-op
Edition.
action RPG Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is being remastered for Nintendo Switch. With the new online multiplayer mode, you and your friends can connect and adventure together.
It better
No
be a
link
good
cable
first party
required.
reveal. That's all
On
I'm
top of
saying,
that,
because this has been
there are
kind
new
of
areas inside dungeons,
middling.
so even returning fans can explore the unknown. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition will launch in 2019. Way before then, players can experience the entire world and story of the latest entry in the core series. That's right. Final Fantasy XV Pocket Edition HD launches later today on Nintendo eShop at an introductory price.
meh.
A leveled up version of World of Final Fantasy is also on the way. This title includes a new feature called Avatar Change, which allows you to transform into legendary characters from across the series' storied history.
Huh, that looks kind of nice.
Many fan favorites will
Waluigi
show
for
up in the
Smash.
world of Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, they got to
Maximum
do a Smash
when it releases
reveal.
on November 6th.
So with 3 minutes left, are we not going to get a
In
first-party
addition,
game? We're going to get a
more
Smash
Chocobo's
reveal.
Dungeon is on the way. 2007's Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo's Dungeon returns in superior fashion.
Wow.
Now, you can befriend
Square's
all
just
the monsters.
dumping all the ports,
Also,
aren't they?
by sharing Joy-Con controllers, you can play cooperatively as well. Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon Everybody launches this winter.
That is not exciting
Final
to
Fantasy
me.
XII is coming to
Oh,
a Nintendo system
okay,
for the
that's
first
cool.
time. Its
That's
real-time
cool.
battle system is a standout in the series, offering the ultimate in both freedom and strategy. This remaster comes loaded with a host of extra features, including a speed mode that lets you pick up the pace of your adventure. There's much to discover in the expansive world of Evilus, and now you can explore it on the couch or on the go. Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age launches in 2019.
That's neat.
Which reminds me, later on, you'll also
What?
be able to enjoy these other classics.
Oh,
and their
wow.
iconic scenes, anytime, anywhere.
Wow, that's a huge thing.
Final Fantasy VII, 9, and 10, 10-2 HD Remaster are coming to Nintendo Switch in 2019.
Wow, awesome. That's cool.
Here's a bundle for the ultimate fan. If you love the Super
Oh,
Smash Bros. Series,
got like 1
check
minute
this
left.
thing out. A hardware bundle for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is on the way. This specially designed dock features fighters from the original Super Smash Bros. Game. And of course,
Yeah,
the set
agree
also
with you,
includes
golfing.
a download code for
Sigh.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. There's no better way to show your love for the game. And the set also packs in something you'll want to get your hands on. These Joy-Con
Whoa, it's
controllers
got
sport a new
lines on
design
it.
as well.
It's got
This
lines
Super Smash
on
Bros.
it.
Ultimate bundle for Nintendo Switch will launch November 2nd. You can pre-order this special bundle later today. November 2nd is also the day you can get your own GameCube controller adapter in GameCube Controller Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Edition while supplies last.
Yeah.
That's all the headlines for Nintendo Switch.
Still going well? Thank you all for watching. We have a bit more to show you. So, Please
I
stick
don't think
around
so.
until the very end.
お楽しみください。
All right, guys. This is Wow Me time. All right, Animal Crossing. Woot. Nah, they never show N64. They never show the classic systems. They never show the classic systems during directs. Oh, this is not... Is this their big gun for the end of the thing? Animal Crossing, Isabel's tyranny. Isabel sets up her own totalitarian regime in Animal Crossing. Off to the re-education camps with you, Pete! Isabel's drunk on power. Oh, this is the worst. Oh, there it is. Oh, great. She trips. She trips. Gah. Nah. I can't wait to see how the Nintendo apologists on Twitter hype up Isabel's appearance in Smash. I cannot wait. It's gonna be sickening. Do you qualify her as a female character? Because to me, she's dog woman. Oh no. Hopefully it's not Tom Nook's bathhouse simulator. Here's your Animal Crossing, yay. Oh, I was hoping to see something awesome. When are they gonna get to the Cracker Factory? Woo! I feel like I'm on Giant Bomb. It's not excited. Come on. Bayonetta trailer? Please? One more thing? One more thing? God dang it. Alright, well, that's it. That's your Nintendo Direct that everybody was dying to see. The Nintendo Direct that held the internet hostage for months on end. Animal Crossing will move under 5 million units. That's still 5 million units that Nintendo didn't have previously. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with breaking down every single announcement. Let's just talk about some of the highlights as I get this thing off. Boom. There we go. All right. Let's talk about some of the highlights. All right, so obviously they started off with Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Nintendo Switch coming in 2019. It's not a marquee title, but Luigi's Mansion has been a neat little series that's growing in popularity. So it's great to see that the Nintendo Switch the rumors about a Nintendo Switch version have been true. Why want that? And hang on a second. So we had that. We had Luigi's Mansion 3. Then we had some 3DS announcements. We had some more on. We had some more on Bowser's Inside Story. That port coming over. That's going to have a whole extra thing called Bowser Jr.'s Journey, which has like a strategy RPG feel to it. So that's kind of a mixture of gameplay styles. That's out in early 2019, January 11th. Kirby's Epic Yarn getting ported over, and then we showed a little bit more of Luigi's Mansion, the original, for the 3DS. That was it for 3DS stuff. No new Zelda game, no new Metroid port or anything like that. It looks like Nintendo really is winding down on the Nintendo 3DS saga, so not a whole lot left, it seems, in that tank. We then moved on to Nintendo Switch. Splatoon 2 version 4 is coming out pretty soon. They showed a Mega Man 11 trailer. One thing that I was excited about was the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle, and I forgot to write down the date that this will be. I think it's over the weekend, like the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be Monday. No, that would be like next Tuesday. Anyway, the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. So this has a ton of old classic Capcom 2D side-scroller beat 'em up games. Some great stuff in there, like Knights of the Round is an amazing game. I think there's video of me playing through that on YouTube. You can search the Nerd Bacon channel. That's a fun game. So that was really exciting to me. The long-rumored new Super Mario Brothers for Wii U port is happening. Yeah, that's really interesting, Doc Croc. They did not show Fire Emblem, and that's supposed to be out in the first half of 2019. That's a marquee title. Fire Emblem on mobile is earning you millions and millions of dollars, like ridiculous amounts of money. You think that you would want to be pumping up that excitement, and that leads me to think that maybe there's some trouble in paradise when it comes to Fire Emblem. Another cool thing that we saw was a port coming for Katamari Damacy, which was a classic PlayStation 2 game. Great fit for the Switch. And then this is where things started really turning south. We talked about Nintendo Online. Now, if you've been watching or listening to Nerd Bacon's podcast, I told you guys, I had to about face, and I told you guys, you know what? Maybe they're not doing a dedicated direct for online because maybe we know everything about online already. Maybe we know all there is to know about it. And so what they covered with online was everything we already knew. Yes, you have to pay for online play now. It's going to allow cloud saves. Okay, that's okay. You have voice chat through a weird cell phone app, and you get NES games. That's it. We already knew this stuff. There was nothing new. They teased other incentives like maybe discounts, but this thing is launching in 5 days. Why are you not telling us the full story with 5 days to go before launch? This is where Nintendo really dropped the ball, and quite frankly, I'm kind of hot about this because I don't think a company as big and as put together as Nintendo has any right to be withholding information 5 days before launching a major change to the services that you have been offering previously. Think about it. Splatoon 2 is going to be rendered ineffective unless I keep paying $20 a year to play it, and I don't even know fully what I'm paying for yet when it comes to that online service. Terrible, terrible, terrible move from Nintendo on their part. They've really dropped the ball, and I don't think they have any infrastructure or anything set up for online. I think it's just a paywall that they're putting up. This is not akin to Xbox Live. It's not akin to PlayStation Network. This is just Nintendo saying, well, you've been playing for free, and now that free time is over. Bad move on Nintendo's part, and I am kind of thinking about maybe protesting and saying I'm not going to get it, but then I might as well throw Splatoon 2 in the garbage at this point. And like ARMS and Mario Kart 8, I mean, at least Mario Kart 8 and stuff and ARMS you can play offline, but I mean, these games are really built as online games. Doc Croc, you say the discounts probably rotate monthly. Well, tell us about it. I don't even know what's getting discounted. Is it stuff on the eShop? Is it like eShop games that are getting discounted? Are we getting any free games besides 30-year-old NES games? Is this why you went after all those emulation sites and shut them down was so you could have gravitas for making us pay for NES games? Terrible. I don't think it's even a page from EA's book. because EA is at least giving us a service. EA is giving us streaming online play that we can play from any device. Doesn't matter if we have just like a paperweight of a PC. At least they're going to offer that through their subscription service. You don't have to have a fancy PC because they can stream that gameplay to you, and you can still take advantage of the most cutting-edge games through streaming technology. Plus, they also offer a ton of free games and stuff like that through EA's service. So that, to me, is a good service. Nintendo Online, not a good service. What else were highlights? We talked about... I know, I'm really hot about this. We talked about Pokemon. Game Freak has a new RPG coming out that's simply named Town right now. That's a working title. It looks really cool. I've got high hopes for... Well, I've got hopes for that. Hopefully it'll turn out well. But it's not earth-shattering. It's not an earth-shattering announcement. We also got another look at Daemon X Machina, which is that mech game that they showed at E3, like the only big E3 surprise that they had in 2018. That game continues to look impressive. I love the cel-shaded anime art style. I love the customization of the mechs. I love that it kind of harkens back to like Armored Core / Zone of the Enders. That's a game that I'm getting pretty pumped for. And it's got 4-player online co-op, so that's definitely still on my radar. But it's one that I can't really think about because it's not until 2019. We saw a couple of great strategy games coming out, City Skylines and Civ 6. Of course, we knew about Civilization 6 already. The big thing about these games, though, is that these are iOS ports. These are the mobile ports. These aren't the PC ports coming over to Switch. Still looks kind of cool, but there's something to be said, and I'll hit on that for a second. There's something that's kind of concerning that they're bringing over lesser versions over to the Switch. We've got Asmodee Digital bringing a bunch of tabletop games. So this is, I think, a really innovative move on Nintendo's part, bringing these tabletop games over. 4-player compatibility lends itself well to these types of games. So I'm interested to see where this goes and how these games do in the marketplace. We also saw a new trailer, finally, after over a year. It's been over a year. Think about that. E3 2017 was the last time we saw the Yoshi game that was in development, and we finally saw it again. It's Yoshi's Crafted World. Of course, this leaked on Nintendo's own website last week because of the delay. Yoshi's Crafted World looks really lush, but my question is, what was the reason for this long delay? It's not until 2019, so it's like a 1.5 year delay that we've had for this game. What has really been going on in development? With all the cardboard aesthetics that we saw, it makes me wonder if there's some sort of a Labo integration. But if there is, why not talk about it right? Why not talk about it right now when you have everybody's attention? Because you're probably not going to see too much more in the way of Nintendo Directs between now and the end of the year. You'll probably see a dedicated Smash Brothers Direct prior to the game's launch in December, but you're probably not going to see much more in the way of Nintendo Directs until January of next year, right when the game's coming out. So that seems like kind of a lost opportunity to talk more about that game. We also, this was another highlight, we saw Final Fantasy Mania. Final Fantasy Mania, so a number of different Final Fantasy games getting ported over to the Nintendo Switch. This included the Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. Surprising to me, Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age, so that was the remastered port that came over to PlayStation 4. That's coming out on Switch now. That was a great Final Fantasy game that released in 2006. Yeah, maybe was it 2006? No, it was 2005 for the PlayStation 2. So 13-year-old game coming to Nintendo Switch. And then the bigger thing to me was that they're bringing over ports of the original ports of Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy X, and X-2 are coming over. So those are games that were out on PlayStation Network, out on PC and everything. And then so that's really cool that those games are coming home, especially Final Fantasy VII, which this was the game that precipitated Square's break with Nintendo back in 1996/1997 when it came over to the PlayStation. But this was the game that was originally supposed to come out on the Nintendo 64, and Square said, you know what? Cartridge isn't going to do it for us. We're going to go with CD-ROM. We're going to go with PlayStation. And Nintendo's then fiery CEO Hiroshi Yamauchi said, fine, don't come back. And it took many, many years up until Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles came out, I believe in 2003 on the GameCube, for Square to finally make a return. So very interesting that we've got Final Fantasy VII finally making an appearance on a Nintendo console. Doc Rock, you ask, when are they canceling the Final Fantasy VII remake? I don't think it's being canceled, but they pretty much scrapped everything that they had worked on and are rebuilding it from scratch. And you're not going to see that on any of the current gens. That is a next gen release entirely. So, after 32 minutes roughly of walking us through some ho-hum, not that exciting announcements, we finally get to the big kahuna, the big cannon, a new Smash Brothers character reveal, and who's it gonna be? Isabelle, one of the most boring characters I could think of. Like, I'm not gonna pick Isabelle as a fighter. I would never play as Isabelle, but I guess if you want to play as Isabelle, that's on you. But that's not really exciting. And then they announced Animal Crossing for 2019. I gave you my thoughts on Animal Crossing before this thing started. I was really into Animal Crossing when it first launched on the Nintendo GameCube back in, 2002 or was it 2004 that it launched? Don't remember offhand. But then I realized that the game is about just acquiring more and more stuff. And I got out of it. There's no point to that game but to acquire more stuff and to acquire a bigger house so you can put more stuff in it. It was a drag on me. So, not excited for Animal Crossing. Overall, I would have to rank this Nintendo Direct as a C. Just a middle C. What's really concerning to me is that you're not seeing a lot in the way of new third-party development coming to the Nintendo Switch. You're seeing a lot of ports. You're seeing a lot of ports of mobile games that are coming over to the Nintendo Switch. You're seeing a lot of ports of older titles, like 13, 14-year-old titles coming to the Nintendo Switch, but you're not seeing much in the way of more current titles coming to Nintendo Switch. Where's Overwatch? Where's Borderlands? Where's stuff like that? You're not seeing that. So that tells me that there is a problem with Nintendo Switch. To me, I would be concerned if I were a Nintendo fan. Yes, you're going to see the apologists talking up how great Animal Crossing is and everything. Fine. If that's your jam, that's fine. I'm not going to make fun of you for playing Animal Crossing or being excited about Animal Crossing. Personally, I'm not. And to me, between the mediocre game announcements and the really downright crappy Nintendo Online information that we got, which played right into my pessimism that I've been talking about, where we already knew everything about Nintendo Online, except for the discount thing. To me, I'd have to say this was a really bad Nintendo Direct. Really bad. So, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I feel like there is a definite loss of momentum for Nintendo and the Switch as we're moving into 2019. Hopefully they've got some stuff. Hopefully they've got some stuff to rectify that situation. The Game Awards are coming up, so we'll see some big trailer, I'm sure, for Jeff Keighley's big celebration of gaming here at the end of 2018. But yeah, what we saw today was pretty poor. So anyway, that's it for me. I hope that you've enjoyed hanging out and watching the Nintendo Direct with us here at Nerd Bacon. Be sure to stick with us. We've got a podcast. We'll definitely talk more in depth about this on our podcast, which is every Tuesday live on Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer. at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then we're also up, the audio version is up on all the major podcast platforms on Wednesdays. In fact, you can see what we did this past Tuesday with Brad from Old School Gamer Magazine. That is out right now on Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, and all the big podcasting platforms, so be sure to check that out. But anyway, that is it for me. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you later. Be sure to check out nerdbacon.com for more information. I think this crappy load of third-party titles, to me, that indicates that development has switched over, no pun intended, to the impending arrival of the Nintendo Switch Pro in 2019. Switch Pro is coming, folks. We broke it here first. Go read that article. Switch Pro is coming. Go read that on nerdbacon.com. For all of us here at Nerd Bacon, I'm Dave the Watchman. Thanks for joining us. Now and forever, remember to game tasty. We'll see ya.